paras, which is trying to testify that Krishna is a leader. Now, we'll move to the next one. Now, in that battle context, he's taking a very compassionate style approach. Chapter 2 and slok 2 and 3, Arjun says to Krishna, look, I cannot fight. Please, I'm weak. I cannot hold my hands straight. I cannot face the enemy. And he's standing in the middle of the battlefield. Krishna says that he's trying to be compassionate, and in chapter 1 and the last sloka of chapter 1, where the word is used compassionately, Arjuna mentions, and Arjuna says that, look, please, I cannot fight. And then he takes a very compassionate approach, Krishna, and he says that's the style that we need to use from time to time, and that's the style that he has taken. He says that, look, Arjun, don't succumb to this weakness. Stand up and fight. This is your duty. This is your dharma. You need to do it. And this is not going to give you anything. This will bring infamy. And Arjuna continues, no, I can't. Please help me. I can't do this. And he's taken he's taking a very compassionate style, and he keeps on repeating the same thing, that no, I can't do it. And that happens with every one of us, that we actually say that when the time comes, we actually say that no, I can't do it. And then the people those who are close to us will try to motivate us. They'll try 1, 2, 3 or 4 times, and that's it, they give up. But Krishna is different. Krishna is a leader, and he said that no, I won't give up, because that's the duty, that's the dharma, because that's what he has accepted. He has accepted to be his sarthi. He has accepted to join him in the battlefield. He has accepted to be part of this battle, and now he cannot run away. If there was someone else, Arjuna said that, look, I can't fight, the person would say, okay, doesn't matter, if you can't fight, let's go home. We'll go home. But here Krishna has got a duty, and he cannot run away from the duty that has been assigned, or he has taken it. His swadharma. He has accepted something, and he cannot run away from that. Look, and here the point is that all the battles are fought in the mind first, and all the battles are lost in the mind first before it is lost on the battlefield. And Arjuna has already lost the battle, because if he says that he cannot fight, and he has lost the battle. The game is not over until it is over. The game is always over in the mind. Once you think you are defeated, you're defeated. And there is an important poem which is from Walter de Winter. He says that, and there's a lengthy poem, we can find it on the internet. It says that if you think you have lost, you have lost. And that is the mind. Mind is very important, and that's the thing where Krishna is going to attack. He is going to attack the mind. Mind is the weakest part. And this is the idea that he's trying to put forward. Again, it's no use. Arjuna says, "No, sorry, I can't fight. Please, please not fight and give it up." Then again, he takes a different approach. He takes a situational style. Krishna he now changes from a compassionate to a situational style, where he continues saying that in all that chapter 2, he repeats that, "Look, I can't fight, and I cannot face my family, I cannot kill my guru, I cannot kill my relatives, and there's no point, and then all that excuses that is there, the escapist attitude that we actually have, that what is the use of doing this, what are we going to achieve from this? So, and that Arjuna comes into that mode, and he says that, look, even if I win this war, what am I going to achieve? Half of my relatives, they'll be killed, so we are not going to gain anything, so let's go back. Now, he takes a very situational style, and he analyzes it that this won't help, and then hence there are 18 chapters and 700 verses. And look, here Arjun says in chapter 2, slok 7, "Please help me." And that is literally what it means in that sloka 7, that please help me. And that's the situational now. Krishna has got this onus of convincing him, helping him out, from taking him out from this dilemma, taking him out from this frustration and performance anxiety and nervous breakdown. And then when he says that, "Please help me," and then Krishna takes a different approach, and he discusses all those 700 verses, and from chapter 1 to chapter 18, and the style now he's taking, Krishna, the style that he's taking here is a coaching style. And now he is identified as a leader, he has identified what is the weakness, and as a leader he has identified that the mind is the weakest. And he's trying to attack the mind. And what is a mind? Mind is a philosophical term which has not been scientifically proved. It is, we could rather say it is a psychological and a philosophical word, but scientifically it has not been proved. But mind is a bundle of thoughts. And here Krishna is trying to convince Arjuna to understand his own mind, which is actually trying to speak to Arjuna that, look, we cannot fight. And that is what he says. He says in chapter 6 and verse 5 that your mind is such a strong that it can elevate you or it can degrade you. Literally, that's what it says, that it can elevate you or it can degrade you. What you need to do is that you need to raise yourself through your mind, because your mind is your friend and your mind is your enemy. If your mind is uncontrolled, it becomes your enemy. And if your mind is controlled, it becomes your friend. Same thing is said by Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak said that you master your mind, otherwise mind will master you. There is another thing which was said by Napoleon Hill, author of Grow Rich, so Think and Grow Rich, the author of Think and Grow Rich. He said that you must conquer yourself, otherwise self will conquer you. Here the idea is that you need to actually understand your mind. Our mind is very important, that you need to understand your mind. And this, so the word here is mind management. Management, if we analyze this word as management, I'm just being cautious of the time as well. So mind management is, if we see the word as management, management is manage men. Manage men means managing resources. Fine. Now if we remove N from that, it becomes manage me. We have removed T from management, it becomes management. We remove N from management, it becomes manage me. Here the challenge is no one can be a good manager who cannot manage himself. He needs to have that art, and no one can be a good leader who's not able to manage his own self. So that's what it is. And how can you manage your own self? By watching your own mind, by reading your own mind, by managing your own mind. And by the way, this word manage comes from it is a Latin word, and it means manegra, which means to control, to master, to control. And basically in somewhere in 1700s, this word was actually used for managing horses. So that's where it has been used. After Industrial Revolution, this has come into our corporate setup, that we use this word very often. Management, in reality, it goes to that Italian setup, where it was used for controlling the horses, and in more or less we think that we're doing the same thing, but in reality it is not. We are actually dealing with humans, not horses. Now, another thing on mind is that Walt Disney, he said that if you can dream it, you can do it, and it is the mind that has got that weakness. Again, there was a book which was 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it says that sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. And it was Stephen Covey. He had written in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that's where it is. It is the whole chain that comes from. Mind is nothing but it is bundle of thoughts. It depends on the kind of thoughts that you have, depends on the impressions that you're forming, if it is positive or negative, and same things are going to return back to you in some or the other form. Same vibrations, same thoughts. If you pass positive thoughts, those positive thoughts are going to come back to you. And here I'll read the 4th bullet point. It says Krishna is striking the mind and thinking process. Means it says that if you have the right thinking, it will generate the right emotions, and if you have the right emotions, it will generate the right actions, and it will generate the right result. And it is fear. We had discussed about fear. This is another word, that is fear, and that's where the mind is important, because mind is the powerhouse of thoughts. It generates thoughts, and it does Doesn't matter what kind of thoughts it is there. If it is positive thoughts, it will give you positive effects. If they are negative thoughts, it will generate negative emotions, it will generate negative actions, and it will generate negative results. Every action has got equal and opposite reaction. That's what it is. So that's where the law of karma comes into place. What you do is that you send your actions, you get your reactions. So if you send your actions as positive, you get positive actions. If you send your actions as negative, you get negative actions. If you someone in a very charged and emotionally in an anger mood, you will get his response in an anger mood. If you talk to someone in an affectionate, in a compassionate manner, you will get a response in a very polite and very reserved manner. That is what it means about. So now we will move to the next approach, where